Welcome to today's episode. I am Z's. In today's episode, I share a wonderful story that proves how words change our life. There are stories that echo in history, not because of war, not because of wealth, but because of wisdom. This is one of them. This is the story of a man who was locked behind bars, yet became the voice of a nation. A man who studied the language of his oppressors, not to fight back, but to build a bridge. This is the story of Nelson Mandela and how he used language as a weapon for peace. In 1964, Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment. His prison number was 466/64, prisoner 466, jailed in the year 1964. He arrived on Robben Island, a desolate rock off the coast of Cape Town. He was 46 years old, angry, determined, and absolutely unwilling to give up. But what do you do when your voice is silenced? When the world has turned its back on you? You study, you learn, you prepare, and that's exactly what Mandela did. He used his prison sentence as a classroom. While in prison, Mandela chose to learn Afrikaans, the very language spoken by the apartheid government, the guards who beat him, the system that locked him away. Most political prisoners hated Afrikaans. It was seen as the language of brutality, the voice of injustice. But Mandela saw it differently. He once said, "If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart." He wasn't just learning a language, he was crafting a key. Mandela didn't just study grammar or memorize vocabulary. He read newspapers in Afrikaans. He listened to guards speak. He watched and he waited. And over time, something remarkable happened. He began to speak to the guards in their own tongue, not with fear, not with anger, with respect, with intelligence, with patience. And something even more remarkable happened next. The guards began to respect him. Some even protected him. Some began to listen. Mandela also mastered English to a high level of command. He read Shakespeare, quoted Churchill, wrote with precision. He combined Afrikaans, the language of the rulers, with English, the language of law, media, and diplomacy. He didn't speak to divide. He spoke to unite. When the day finally came, 27 years later, that he was released from prison, he didn't call for revenge. He didn't cry for blood. He spoke in English to a broken and bitter nation. We are all South Africans, black and white together. We must live as equals in justice and peace. Mandela negotiated with apartheid leaders in their own language. He calmed angry activists in his own language. He wrote speeches that reached millions across the world. His mastery of language gave him what tanks and guns never could: power, peace, legacy. You don't have to be a president. You don't have to spend decades in prison. But you do have a voice. You can learn a language to understand someone. You can use words to calm, to connect, to create change. Mandela showed us that mastery of language is mastery of power. Not power over people, but power to bring people together. So the next time you study English, or struggle with grammar, or feel like your voice doesn't matter, remember Mandela, a man who sat in a prison cell, read his enemy's language, and walked out ready to change the world, not with fists, but with words. Because peace isn't something we shout into the world. It's something we speak into being. Thanks for listening to the story. Hope today's story helped you to think bigger and better, also bring change in your life. If the story was interesting, please subscribe, like, and leave comment. Don't forget to share with your friends, because every day I will share a new story for you.